Hello, welcome to EDU 532 at Tiffin University. I am your professor, Professor Samuel. You can call me Tia or Letitia, whichever one. I don't really have a preference. And I wanted to go ahead and go over some things that you all will be doing this term and kind of show you things to pay attention to. I changed my view to student view so you can see the screen or I can see the screen as you will see it. So let's begin. Okay, so if you go to the course home, you will see the instructor information. It tells you I'm available anytime you need. Please email me anytime to discuss all matters. I prefer them in writing, and then I can follow up with you from there. If you would like a phone call, Skype, FaceTime, whatever kind of session that you need for the moment, please let me know in the email, and we can make that happen within 24 to 48 hours. I posted my background, late policy. There isn't a late policy. All assignments are due on time. There's an emergency, and anything has to be late for extenuating circumstances. Please email me as soon as possible. If you know you're going to be late, please email me prior to the due date to discuss, and this is only for extenuating circumstances. If you are simply turning in an assignment late, there will be points deducted every week that it is late. I start to decrease the grade by 10% each week that is late. But I'd like to mitigate that by getting you all to communicate with me ahead of time. Office hours, just email me to schedule. I'm very informal. I will respond to you very quickly. And I also like when you all contact me just to let me know how you liked or enjoyed something in the course, or if you saw a movie and it related to something we're speaking about. Just anything to keep us engaged. I want to engage with you all because I learn from my students every term something new. Okay, so after we look through that, you can see your syllabus right here, which I went ahead and pulled up. And I want to show you an example. So right here on the syllabus, you can see your initial post is assigned on this date. I'm expecting you to post your discussion post by Wednesday. I want you to respond to at least 2 or more of your peers by Saturday. Your assignment is due each week by that Sunday. And then I have within a week to respond to you for both of those discussion posts and assignments. Each week you will have 1 discussion post and 1 assignment. 1 week you do have 2, but it is not anything formal. It is something to kind of help you in the course prepare for your research. So I did want to show you that on the syllabus. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You can see our course topics here, so get excited. We're going to be dealing with a lot of things that you can't deal with in your normal walks of life, so I hope you're as excited as I am. Right here, you can look at course policies, and then in course documents, you can also see where you can get your discussion post rubric as well as your written assignment grading rubric. I also have these pulled up right here. This is your written assignment grading rubric. You can see how you accrue points and how points are deducted. And then this is your discussion post rubric, and you can see the same thing here. I also want to just make sure you all are aware that to receive full credit for anything you submit, you want to do more than the minimum. So I have many students submit the minimum required and then ask why they didn't have a full grade. You're graduate level students, so our expectations are higher for you. And I ask that you look at the requirements of the assignments as the bare minimum for you to turn in, and anything above that is how you are able to attain full credit. But I do follow the rubric, so you will be able to follow along and see why you did not receive points for something. Okay, we're back to course home. Also, if you visit the library, it will take you to this link, and I urge all of you all, if you have not already, to become very familiar with your library resources. Tiffin also has a writing center. They are phenomenal. When you go to the writing center, they actually send me an email and let me know what you're working on, so I can kind of see your process. If you need any information or support for any resources that Tiffin offer, please feel free to contact me. And in week 1, there is a link for So let's jump right in. Week 1 diversity. So when we go to our week 1 assignment, you'll see right here that you're supposed to click on a library article. There's a video, and then there's an online PDF showing you the professional standards for educational leaders from 2015. You will use these standards for the duration of the course, so please familiarize yourself with them. I have sent you an updated link in the announcements, as when I went to click on it, the link was no longer active. So you can click on the link now from your announcements and it will take you to the PDF. And I'm just showing that here. So I know that it is an active link at this point. And a point to note about announcements. Announcements is the way I communicate with you each week. They are mandatory. I do have my announcements go to your Tiffin email, so please check them. You will receive them by the Monday of each week. 90% of the time I send them by Sunday evening. Sometimes I do send them by Monday morning, by the afternoon time. On Monday you will see your weekly announcement. It may be a movie that's out. It may be any kind of additional resource that I also want to share with you, but mainly your announcements are going to discuss what we're going to do for that week. I'm going to also discuss things I'm seeing coming up in the writing. I'm going to give you tips and tricks to improve your grade. I may give you extra credit opportunities. I normally give about 2 or 3. Also, to increase engagement, I will give you an optional group assignment. I have yet to have one student in the 5 times I've offered it actually do the group assignment. So this would be great if you want to be the first one to find a partner and join. It's difficult to kind of foster engagement amongst some of you unless you've taken classes before, because you really don't start to get to know each other until the class is about to end. So because of that, I try to give you an assignment about week 2, week 3, where you've had a chance to at least read about 2 to 3 weeks of each other's writing to understand where everyone is coming from in different perspectives. I like when people choose someone whose perspective they may not share. That way you can learn something while you are doing your group assignment. Again, this is optional. Also, when you're responding to your peers, please choose a response, or please choose to respond to someone that maybe you don't agree with. It's really easy to respond and say, I completely agree with everything you just said. Yes, but I really like engagement and interaction in the course, and we're talking about something like diversity and in educational settings, in the K-12 setting, and higher education. And in that conversation, we tackle things that in your normal walks of life, you're not able to say because everything is politically correct. And here you can be as vulnerable and open as possible, respectfully to each student. You can ask questions, especially if you want to ask them directly to me. Feel free. You have your book, you have your text, you have your supplemental resources, you have videos. And so I urge you all to engage each other in ways that you may not normally be able to engage. Always using respect. But please just open yourself up to respond to your peers whom you may want to pose a question to. Well, I see you said this. Can you explain that further? Please refrain from saying, I completely agree every time you respond to your peers. Okay? Do not forget to check those weekly announcements. They will also come to your email alerting you have a weekly announcement. Dr. Marlin said it best. That is almost like if you came to the class live in the first 15 minutes I gave you an opening announcement for the class. That's what those are, and those are mandatory. So if I go back to the course here, you can see each week I ask that you don't go too far ahead. I know some of you all are eager to dive in, or you may find a topic that you're more passionate about and you want to go ahead and do that. I like when we get to progress as a unit. You also may learn something that may inform the way you answer a question later. So I always suggest that you pace yourself along with the course. And if you do want to go ahead, only go 1 week ahead, please. Feel free to ask any questions. I see some of you all have already introduced yourself. Thank you. There seems to be 24 of us this term, and I'm excited to get to know all of you. Speak with you soon. Bye-bye.